Welcome back to Sydney train spotting videos. In this video, I'll be riding the new Intercity fleet for the first time. These trains have finally entered service after being delayed for nearly 5 years. They were supposed to enter service as early as 2020, but after a number of union disputes, major safety concerns, and billions of dollars over budget, it's great to see these trains finally taking its first passengers. This is filmed during day 2 of the Mariyung D Sets in passenger service. So what I will do here is to take a look at both the exterior and the interior of the train, and I'll also give you my final thoughts of the Mariyung D Sets. It's unclear what set numbers are running today, but I can definitely tell you it is 8 cars long. So sit back and enjoy the video. Alright, so this is service we're getting on, the 518 Newcastle interchange service. I'll be going to as far as Woy Woy today. Alright, here it comes. It's moving slowly because there's a buffer at the end of the platform.
On platform 9 ends here. Please do not get on this train.
Riding bicycles, skateboards, scooters or skates on the concourse or platforms is not permitted.
The train on platform 9 goes to Newcastle Interchange via Strathfield. First stop Strathfield, then Woy Woy, Gosford, Tuckerah, Wyong, Morisset, Basildon, Cardiff, Broadmeadow, Hamilton and Newcastle Interchange.
So D44 is the front 4 cars.
The train on platform 8 goes to Newcastle Interchange via Strathfield. First stop Strathfield, then Epping, Hornsey, Woy Woy, Gosford, then alternation to Wyong, then alternation to Broadmeadow, then Hamilton and Newcastle Interchange.
Alright, so here's the inside. I didn't even check the refill cards yet. There you go, D51 is the refill cards. It will then become the front 4 cars eventually. So here we go. I'm on a quiet carriage, so I can't really talk that much. I wonder if you can fold this up. Yes, this one here. I might go downstairs because there's a luggage rack here. The aisle is pretty wide. And this is the toilet. It's occupied, so I don't know if I'll even explore the toilet, but yeah. So let's go downstairs.
Have a good day. You too, mate.
I'm going to test the seats out. I mean, they don't look too bad, the seats. There's the tray tables.
Two seats on each side.
So that's correct. That's what the tray table looks like. It reminds me a bit of an airplane, because in airplanes you get tray tables like this. Alright, this is the cool thing about the Mariyungs. They got cables here, so I'm going to try it out. I'm going to use one hand, and I'm going to take my new phone out. I want to test it. It's very hard to do it with one hand. And oh yeah, that is so sick. But I'll try the other side. I'm actually so satisfied with this part. Alright, I'll give you an experiment on the luggage rack. So I have a bag here. It's pretty good. Let's do the bottom. And I noticed there's also a tray table here, but only for one seat. So I have these two seats, only one of them has a tray table. I thought I'll do another experiment, see if my tablet can fit on the tray tables. Oh, it works out really well. It's not made out of plastic, I noticed. I think it's made out of metal. Well, this is the train that will unfortunately going to be retiring in, let's say, 12 months or so. It's going to be very sad to see these V sets go. But this is one main thing that I hate. You can't even move the seat. Here's the passenger information display screens. It's actually very creative. I like how they say the car number, time, and also show you what carriage you are on, and also show you where the toilets are, and also give you the which carriages are the quiet ones, which ones are not quiet. Now on top here, there's bike racks. There's 3 of them. Pole, no, can't move that pole. Well, that pole actually blocks the passenger information display screens, which, no, I don't like that. It's ideal you do not want anything blocking the passenger information display screens. Okay, the steps are not very steep, which is pretty good. Alright, I noticed on the seats that it looks like these are coat hangers, so you can put your jacket on that seat.
Newcastle interchange service. Stopping at Woy 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 Woy, Total Wyong, Morrison, Saxon, Carter, Meadow House, Newcastle interchange. Make additional pick up over stop at Epping and Hornsby. One of the quiet carriages, still the same. First carriage, last carriage, two carriages.
I just came all the way from Hornsby.
3 minutes, 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, I took a train.
The announcements are not too bad, but I think the quality could be better. I mean, the quality looks a little bit lower than the Waratahs. Alright, 1 minute until departure, so let's see if I can film the doors closing for you all.
Time to record this. Back. Oh, there we go,
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
It's just for you.
Alright, attempt number 2.
Doors closing. Please stand clear.
To be fair, these doors have been open all day. Like real PTSD. I've been on this train all day. These doors have not been playing. Have not been going well. I've always had problems the whole day. Because people keep running in front of the doors.
So I'm on a non-quiet carriage car, so you can actually hear the motors.
This one's been sitting on that platform the whole day. You can technically use the bike rack as a way to set it, right?
So here are the motors in action. Stopped at a red signal. This is another feature I really like. It shows you what time the train's arriving, how long until your stop is.
This is a central code at Newcastle Line service to Newcastle Interchange, stopping at Intercity, Epping, Hornsby, Woy Woy, Stockton, Tuggerah, Wyong, Morrison, Sassafern, Cardiff, Broadmeadow, Hamilton, Newcastle Interchange.
Okay, I'll call you.
So you got the emergency help point, got the emergency door release. And you've got door buttons. There's the carriage number.
Central Coast and Newcastle line service to Newcastle Interchange, stopping at Strathfield, Epping, Hornsby, Woy Woy, Gosford, Tuggerah, Wyong, Morisset, Fassifern, Cardiff, Broadmeadow, Hamilton, Newcastle Interchange.
Obviously, so it doesn't have to potentially go
camera is really struggling to focus.
Oh, mate, it was a really cool one. It was actually really cool. Yeah, so we went to, we got out there and
stopping at Epping, Hornsey, Woy Woy, Gosford, Tuggerah, Wyong, Morisset, Saffron, Cardiff, Broadmeadow, Hamilton, Newcastle Interchange. This is a Central Coast and Newcastle line service to Newcastle Interchange, stopping at Hornsey, Woy Woy, Gosford, Tuggerah, Wyong, Morisset, Saffron, Cardiff, Broadmeadow, Hamilton, Newcastle Interchange. This train will stop at Hornsey. This stop is Hornsey. Many doors on the right in the direction of travel.
Oh, sorry.
This is line service to Newcastle Interchange, stopping at Woy Woy, Gosford, Tuggerah, Wyong, Morisset, Fassifern, Cardiff, Broadmeadow, Hamilton, Newcastle Interchange.
Alright, about to go past Barara. And after we pass through Barara, we are outside of Sydney. Alright, we're currently between Barara and Cowan. I thought I will give you my thoughts of the new Intercity fleet. So let's talk about the benefits and disadvantages of the fleet. I'll start with the benefits, and I think the biggest benefit of the new Intercity fleet is that it is accessible. The doors are very wide, which is in fact double the width of the V-set doors. You can fit a wheelchair in. You can have prams, and so on and so on. The second benefit is that increases capacity on 10-car sets. So if you compare a 10-car new Intercity fleet to an 8-car Oscar, the new Intercity fleet easily wins because it has 2 extra carriages and you can fit more people on. And I also believe that a 10-car Mariyung train can also have more capacity than an 8-car V set, because although it's 2x2 seating on both trains, I think the new Intercity fleet wins because it has more standing room, the festival area is more accessible and whatnot. Another benefit is that it provides customers with passenger information display screens, as you may have seen in the video earlier. This is helpful for customers about how long until their next stop is, and also provides other types of information such as quiet and non-quiet carriages, the line it is travelling on, the capacity of the train, where the bike racks are, which carriages have toilets, and which side of the doors it will open on. Another benefit is that there is CCTV cameras on the train, which definitely increases safety. And I think another benefit is, I think it does improve passenger comfort. I don't mind the seats; they look pretty good, pretty okay. When I felt the padding is pretty good. I know train enthusiasts complain about the Oscar seats because they claim the seats are uncomfortable. So, but for me, I think the padding on the new fleet is pretty good in my opinion. And if I can think of one more benefit, I think it is pretty quiet to travel on, especially on the D cars. I haven't tried the D cars yet, but I think they will be very quiet to travel on. So, and it's also much quieter than the V sets. So, as you can see, we are on curved tracks, but the noise is significantly lower than a V set. So that does improve passenger comfort, as I said earlier. Now let's take a look at the downside of the trains.
This train will stop at Woy Woy.
Anyway, so now what are the downsides of this train? So obviously the biggest downfall of the new Intercity fleet is the fixed seats. I do not like it. The fixed seats can be a problem because if you are travelling backwards for up to 2.5 to 3 hours and you're not familiar with sitting backwards, you can have motion sickness, which can result in a medical emergency, which we do not want to see. So even though there is a reason why that they have fixed seats, like the tray tables for example, it does disadvantage people who are not familiar with sitting backwards. So that's a big problem that I have with these trains. Another disadvantage is something that you might not even notice, but the doors actually closes slightly slower than the other trains. I'm counting it in my head and it takes about 7 seconds to close its doors compared to the other trains, which takes about 4 to 5 seconds. And while it might not be a huge difference, it may increase the dwell times, but for only a couple of seconds, but still it can actually impact on dwell times. And another disadvantage is maybe the announcements. I'm okay with the announcements, but I do think the quality can be improved. Like if you look at the doors closing, please stand clear announcement, it is very, very basic, very low quality. It reminds me of the Oscars, with the upgraded Oscars. They have the same thing. So, and maybe the announcements on the train itself could also be better. So I would like to see the announcements improved and have better quality to match with the Waratahs that can actually improve reliability, especially with passengers having hearing problems or whatever you want to call thoughts of the fleet. I may have missed a few because I really couldn't think. I've been trying to think as much as I can, but I may have missed a few of the benefits and disadvantages. But if I do, then I'll put them. I'll pin them in the comments, and you'll see my actual list of the advantages and disadvantages of the fleet. So, what are my favourite parts of the fleet? I think my favourite thing about the new Intercity fleet is their charging cables. It's actually really good. You can actually charge your device, like your phone, iPad, or your laptop. So, you know, instead of having to either worry about having your phone being on low charge when you don't have a power bank, or instead of using a power bank, for example, you can definitely use the power outlets, and that makes it very convenient to charge your devices. So that is definitely my favorite part of the fleet. So we are between Hawkesbury River and Wondabyne. I haven't been on the Central Coast and Newcastle line in not over 2 years. I'll say it again. I haven't been on the Central Coast and Newcastle line in nearly 2 years. You can see the beautiful view. Now I'll give you some information as well. So the Mariyung trains, in terms of their top speed, they can reach speeds of up to 160 kilometers per hour. However, I don't know, or I don't think there's any part of the Intercity network that can allow 160 kilometer per hour running. But we'll just have to wait and see. And how many 4-car sets? I think there's 61 4-car sets and 61 6-car sets. So they're equal. Of course, the first of the new Intercity fleet trains came into Australia in 2020. In that same time period, 2020 is also the first year that they've began testing on the network for the first time. It's unclear how many Mariyung trains have got the full modifications needed, because I know the union wants the new Intercity fleet modified to allow both driver and guard operations, because originally this train was supposed to be just driver operations, but the union has raised concerns about it. So as a result, modifications are needed to be able to meet the union's demands. So it is still a driver and guard operations for this fleet. About to approach Wondabyne. The last time I've got at Wondabyne was 6 years ago, when I first explored the place. I know it's the only train station in New South Wales that does not have any road access whatsoever. It is one of the most popular stations for train enthusiasts as well. It's also one of the shortest platforms on the Intercity train network. Here we go, we're about to pass Wondabyne. One thing I noticed is that the motors that you hear sounds very similar to a Waratah train. And the air conditioning is really good. I can feel the air conditioning and I really do like it. Alright, entering the Woy Woy tunnel. Here we go, we are reaching top speed. I don't know what speed limit for the white speed sign here. I think it's if I have to guess, maybe 140. I could be wrong. Alright, we're approaching Woy Woy. This is the station we are getting off. See if there's a speed limit sign here. Oh boy, this is very fast. Don't want to blink. See any speed limit sign. All right.
Stop in Woy Woy.
All right.
This stop is Woy Woy. New doors on the right in the direction of travel.
I'll try to get the doors opening. I know there's a person in the way, but I can't do anything about it.
This is too high.
Alright, I'm gonna film this part and I'll give you my overall rating. So this train is going to Newcastle interchange. We'll stop at Gosford, then Tuggerah, Wyong, Morisset, Fassifern, Cardiff, Broadmeadow, Hamilton and the Newcastle interchange. card is in the middle. No, it's at the back. Well, I think that's all for this video. I'll give you my overall rating. So, what was initially my most hated train on the rail network, well, it might not be actually. So I'm going to rank it overall after looking at my opinions. I'm going to give it, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think that's not a bad score. But of course, if the new trains stick with their reversible seats, even though there's another disadvantage, I would definitely rank it much higher than that. So, that's all for this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of the new Intercity fleet, and if there's anything I've missed. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to Sydney Trainspotting videos, because it really helps the channel out, and click the notification bell as well so you can get notified on new videos being uploaded. I'll see you all next time, and bye for now.